Donald Trump made a special trip on Saturday up to Mississippi to open the Mississippi Civil Rights Museum. What is your reaction as a young African American to seeing the civil rights movement, right, heralded in Mississippi by Donald Trump?
Well, let's lay out a couple things, right? Okay, so Emmett Till was killed, and Medgar Evers was killed by people affiliated with the Klan. The president endorsed by the Klan showed up, who said that the Klan, I forget how the quote went.
Very fine people.
Very fine people, some very fine people in the Klan. In 1968, Dr. King was shot and killed. The Fair Housing Act was passed in the wake of his death. 4 years later, the Trump business
father and
son, they come and they get charged with violating that act.
Not renting to African Americans.
Right.
Refusing to rent to African Americans. Yes.
So what does it say?
How about for 5 years, Donald Trump leads the movement to say that the first African American president is not a legitimate president of the United States.
Right. And still sometimes refuses to recant that he said any of those things.
Yes.
So, yeah, this is, it's not even just incongruous, especially after they attacked Congressman John Lewis for not coming and saying he was missing out on commemorating the heroes of the Civil Rights Movement. He is the hero of the Civil Rights Movement. And, this is just, it's brazen. I don't want to say disrespect, but yeah, it's disrespect of what the Civil Rights Movement had to endure and what they fought. It reminds me of when we had MLK Day established, when Reagan came on and said that King was a great man who represented everything America could do, and that he represented all of America. He never referenced that he himself, as governor of California, had said that King was pretty much responsible for his own death because he advocated civil disobedience. So we're in the same place. It's not new. Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the speakers at the museum were 8 white men.
Just beautiful. Yeah, just beautiful.
Donald, and also in his remarks, and it was interesting that, in effect, they would not let Donald Trump speak at the big crowd outside because they knew he would be booed. He spoke at a little private gathering inside. But his thoughts, he is at the opening of the Civil Rights Museum in Mississippi, of all places. And what does he think about? He thinks about how many votes he got in Mississippi. Here he is.
This is an incredible tribute, not only to the state of Mississippi, a state that I love, a state where I've had great success. This is a tribute to our nation at the highest level.
State where I've had great success. I got so many electoral votes in Mississippi.
He says he studied Dr. King extensively. I don't know. This seems like
pretty disgusting.
If we weren't in the middle of all these other things, this would be like a new low.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
it's just kind of background noise.
There's no such thing as a new low.
No. And we act so surprised at where we are as a country and all the terrible things that are going on. But the fact that this was allowed to happen, I mean, aside from just Donald Trump speaking there, but at a civil rights museum, all the speakers were white.
Mm-hmm.
That speaks volumes. Civil rights don't really matter to a lot of the people.